Welcome back to New Rockstars. It's me, Tommy B, and I'm here to talk about my main man, or mental, or mechanized organism, M.O.D.O.K. That's right, we finally got a good glimpse of M.O.D.O.K. on Monday's new trailer for Quantumania. He looks badass, but if you're like me, you might not know a lot about M.O.D.O.K. Other than that, he's a charter member of the Big Head Gang. Shout out MT. So, let's get into it. All right, we just saw the trailer. We got two quick glimpses of M.O.D.O.K. One where he's marching with Ant-Man, Cassie, Kang, and a group of Quantum Soldier, and one quick glimpse of him in his badass battle armor. We have a theory about the MCU M.O.D.O.K. we'll get into later, but first, let's go back and talk about M.O.D.O.K.'s past iteration. So we also know M.O.D.O.K. was in the short-lived animated comedy on Hulu. In that version, Patton Oswalt voiced a disgraced version of M.O.D.O.K. trying to save his job and his marriage. Watch it, it's great, it's relatable, it's a lot of fun. Gone too soon. Now, in the comics, 616 M.O.D.O.K. starts off as George Tarlton, who was a lowly American technician working for AIM, Advanced Idea Mechanics. He joined the team to help develop the Cosmic Cube, but was mutated into a human computer by the Scientist Supreme. They grew his brain to give him superhuman intellect, but with the side effect of a massive cranium which was too much for his frail body, it meant he needed to be placed inside a life support unit that was dubbed the Doomsday Chair. More on that later. The process also gave him a plethora of psychic powers, along with an ego and ambition to match. He went on to use his newfound powers to take control of the organization that had experimented him. Now, if AIM sounds familiar, it's because we've already seen AIM in the MCU. It's the organization run by Aldrich Killian in Iron Man 3. It stands to reason that AIM will be making a comeback into the MCU very soon. So, what does M.O.D.O.K. stand for? Well, that would be mental or mechanical organism designed only
for killing. For killing.
Now, it was originally supposed to be mental organism designed only for computing, but like all software updates, this one turned evil. That's right, a little buggy, a little thuggy, a little pluggy with the mental bolts. Now, in his early comic book life, M.O.D.O.K. is still a loyal AIM employee, which puts him in direct conflict with Captain America after AIM kidnaps Sharon Carter. M.O.D.O.K. and Cap battle it out on an AIM submarine before M.O.D.O.K. tries to kill everyone, but ends up only killing himself. Or, so it seems, the Red Skull actually saves him with the Cosmic Cube, and M.O.D.O.K. is off and running as his own damn thing, just like David S. Pumpkin. M.O.D.O.K. spends a lot of time in the comics fighting heavy hitters like Namor, Dr. Doom, and Hulk. Often, these fights end in M.O.D.O.K.'s assumed death, only to be resurrected by that convenient Cosmic Cube. Now, let's get into M.O.D.O.K.'s ability. He's got super genius intelligence. M.O.D.O.K. possessed one of the most brilliant minds on the planet. He was created by AIM, sacrificing his body for one of the world's largest brains. But with great brains comes a tiny little frame. So he possesses enhanced intuition, pattern solving, information storage, and retrieval, and logical and philosophical structuring. So basically, he's like that boyfriend or girlfriend that was able to outlogic you in any argument, even if you were right. A gaslighter, the ultimate gaslighter, if you will. If you haven't figured out that I'm a nerd by this point in the video, then I don't know what to tell you. I like to think I wear my nerd cred on my sleeve, and sometimes I carry my nerd cred in my hands, and I make cool sounds with it when I do. Jealous? An elegant weapon. This is the Night Reaper from Saber, an absolutely badass lightsaber that looks, feels, and sounds so realistic, you feel like you could bust it open and pluck the kyber crystal right out of there. Don't do that at home, kids. I'm just saying this thing rules. You can customize it to be any kind of Jedi, Sith, or weird midpoint between the two. Maybe a gray Jedi, like we heard in the old books. The Night Reaper has an SN pixel soundboard with 16 sets of sound fonts. Whether or not you want to sound like Luke, Obi-Wan, Anakin, or even Vader, you can also choose from 9 blade colors, 9 sets of blade effects, and 9 different blade ignition sounds. But come on, baby. I think we all know that's the best one. It's also got smooth swing technology when you swing it around. I'm at a rave! Ah! It sounds as realistic as if you were battling back blaster bolts on the Death Star. Say that 3 times fast. If you've got 2 sabers, you can take advantage of the dueling features like Flash on Clash, Blaster Block, Lock-Up Loop, and so much more. Check out Own a Saber on Instagram and TikTok if you want to enter their monthly giveaways, or go to ownasaber.com and use code Rockstars to save 20% at checkout to get a saber of your own. Blasters, those are for brutes. Give me this elegant ancient weapon any day. M.O.D.O.K's ability to predict probable outcomes of tactical and strategic scenarios was so advanced that it bordered on clairvoyance. His intuition was heightened to the degree that his hunches were almost always correct. M.O.D.O.K had a perfect memory with the ability to recall every moment. His vast intellect made him one of the few beings who can comprehend and build a cosmic cube. Now, what else does he have? Psionic powers, telekinetic force blast, force fields, telepathy, and mind control. Now, those are all pretty powerful. But perhaps the most powerful thing he has is the Doomsday Chair. Now, due to M.O.D.O.K's mutated size, he is no longer capable of unassisted physical movement. M.O.D.O.K's body is housed within a technologically advanced device, which he refers to as his Doomsday Chair. That's what I call my toilet, but I guess M.O.D.O.K uses his chair. The Doomsday Chair, in addition to providing structural support for M.O.D.O.K's frame, also magnifies his psionic capabilities to the nth degree. Though primarily a self-sufficient device, the Doomsday Chair can also be connected to a special energy cradle that provides it with an endless supply of power. It's basically a Tesla that works. Thank you, Elon. Empowering both the chair and the cradle requires massive amounts of energy. Charging it up once can black out the entire city of Los Angeles, which happened in the comics. Now, let's talk about his body. M.O.D.O.K has a humanoid body. He has a giant-sized metallic chair, but he's got a tiny little body because his head grew so big that the rest of his body kind of compensated by shrinking down. We're going to get to a reason why that may be happening in this movie in a little bit. So, while he has his Doomsday Chair, M.O.D.O.K's tiny body is made super powerful, even strong enough that he once grabbed and snatched Iron Man out of the sky with it. So even though he has those tiny little arms, they're still super strong. So let's talk about this new M.O.D.O.K. Like I said earlier, this new trailer we got on Monday showed M.O.D.O.K in his battle armor, but it also showed him, oh my God, is that Darren Cross from Ant-Man 1? Now we know at the end of Ant-Man 1, his arms shrank up, maybe tiny little dinosaur arms, before kind of collapsing in upon himself, and he presumably shrinks into the quantum realm, presumably to his death. But did someone interrupt that death? Did Kang rescue him and made him M.O.D.O.K? Because it looks like Corey Stoll is back. Darren Cross is back in this movie, and it stands to reason that he might get out of the quantum realm and perhaps link back up with AIM, and maybe we get the return of Aldrich Killian, you know, or maybe we get some AIM scientists back. We're missing a big bad agency to fill the void. So I do think we could see AIM back. We're definitely getting M.O.D.O.K in this movie. Thanks for watching. I'm Tommy Bechtold. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to New Rockstars on YouTube, and be sure to subscribe to New Rockstars' new channel, The Deep Dive, launching February 17th, the same day that Quantumania comes out. Follow that channel handle on all socials at DeepDive-NR. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Tommy Bechtold. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for breakdowns and theories of everything you love. Thanks for watching. Bye!